Dylan, you came so close to making the team last year and then ultimately went back to junior. What was that experience like at the beginning, and then how did you accept it and use it as motivation?
Yeah, obviously I was pretty proud of what I accomplished. I don't think anyone here, especially, I think, expected me to get that far, and I think it turned a lot of heads. So I was, pretty proud of myself, and obviously I wanted to make the team. But, having said that, I was really fortunate to be with such a good group in Erie. I mean, the guys were, easily my best friends that I've made, and the most fun I've ever had in the hockey season was this season. And we were so close with each other, and I was really happy to go back there and help out two of my best friends, DeBrincat and Radish, to get drafted, and really help out those guys. So. I think we did a good job, and obviously lost to a really good team in London. But we had so much fun throughout the season. I think it just grew so much as a player and a person that I can't complain.
With the guys that have come in the last couple of years, Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, Austin Matthews this year, does it put a chip on your shoulder to want to be included in that class? Do you even think in those terms?
Not really. I don't think. That really doesn't cross my mind. I think more focused on just kind of the Arizona side of things. I think that really has nothing to do with me. I think obviously I watch them and wish them all the best, and but at the same time I think I'm just trying to make the team here, and whatever happens with those guys is they're gonna have good seasons. They're gonna be good players. I mean, it's pretty obvious. What Connor and Jack did last year, and I'm sure what Austin's gonna do in Toronto is, they're good players. They're first overall type players, and they're going to do that. So I'm just kind of focused on, being, the best I can be in Arizona, and trying to prove a lot of people that I like I said, I can try to be that first line center.
What's your approach to this camp? A lot of guys use it as step one to making the team. You mentioned Max Domi, Anthony Duclair. They were at this camp last year. They made the team. Do you use that as the blueprint?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I saw them there last year. It was pretty clear that they were, kind of, better than everyone in the pack here that was playing. So, obviously, you kind of want to separate yourself. I definitely didn't feel like I was too far off them last year. So, I'm just going to try to, hopefully, people in the camp can see that I'm a little bit ahead of everyone, and I'm going to try to do my best there. I think last year we didn't have a game to kind of prove ourselves, but this year it's kind of a little bit different with a lot more guys at camp, a lot more free agent invites, and a lot more chance to kind of show that I guess you're a little bit ahead of everyone. I'm sure if there was a game last year, Domi and Duke would have been top-notch players in that game, and they would have showed what they had. So it's cool, different this year that you get a chance to do that. And although it is the middle of July and there's not much intense games going on, I'm sure that game's going to be intense on Friday, and hopefully I can show that I'm a little bit better than the pack here.